Hi guys, welcome back to the Birds Party channel. Today I'm going to share with you this super adorable bunny cake which is perfect for serving at Easter or any spring celebration you may be hosting this season. Before we start the video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel, hit that bell button so you get notified of all the new content that we upload here each week. So let's get started. So for this adorable Easter bunny cake, you will need cream cheese frosting and sponge cake, sugar paste in black, pink and white, and decorative flowers for the top. And the first thing you're going to do, you're going to bake your cakes, and I'll leave the link to the recipe in the description box below. And then we're going to level each layer. So I'm using here a leveler, but you can use a serrated knife as well, which works just as good. Then we're going to stack the cake layers using the cream cheese frosting, and you can use a turntable to make things easier, but you don't have to. And I also added my frosting to a piping bag with a wide nozzle to make sure that I have an even layer of frosting between each cake layer. But again, you don't have to, you can just use a spoon or a spatula or whatever you have at home, or even a Ziploc bag. So make sure that all the cake layers are straight and are level. If you have a spirit level, you can use that to make sure that everything is nice and neat and level as well. And when you finish with the last layer, you put the flattest part of the cake layer on top. And then we're going to add more frosting on the top and on the sides of the cake, which is our crumb coat. So make sure we seal in all the crumbs that are loose around the cake. And to help me spread the frosting on top and on the sides of the cake, I'm just using an offset spatula here. You don't have to be too precise or too neat. Don't forget, this is an Easter bunny cake, and Easter bunnies usually have fur, so whatever imperfections you may have, it looks kind of cute, and this cake does not need to be perfectly smooth, which is a bonus in my view. And then what I did here was to use a scraper. You can use a spatula or any flat material that you may have to smooth out the tops and the sides of your cake. Again, you do not need to be extremely precise here, it's just to make it a little bit neater. And once you're happy with how smooth your cake looks, it's up to you of course, I'm going to pop it in the fridge and leave it there to chill for about 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes or so, then we're going to apply a second coat of frosting to our cake. Then again, we're using the same technique with the piping bag to add kind of an even layer of frosting on the top and on the sides. But then again, you don't need to be neat, as you can see I wasn't, because we're going to smooth everything out and make the cake look a bit more neater and straighter with the scraper technique that I showed you earlier. And if you think that the second layer is enough to cover all the sides and tops of the cake, then you stop here. If not, then which I think my cake needed, you put it back in the fridge for another 10 minutes so that we can add a third layer if needed. If you don't need that, just stop at the second layer. But I felt that my cake looked a little bit naked still, so I decided to add a third coat of frosting. And once again, we're just gonna scrape the sides and try to make the cake as smooth as we possibly can, but again, don't need to go totally crazy. And then we're gonna put the cake in the fridge while we're making the rest of the decorations. And the first decoration I'm going to make are the bunny ears, and for that I'm using some white sugar paste, and I'm just rolling it out to about 1/8 of an inch thick, or 3 to 4 millimeters thick. And to prevent the sugar paste from sticking to my worktop, I just used a little bit of cornstarch or corn flour. And then I took the ear template, which you can download from the link in the description box, so I'll leave the link down below for you, so you can print and download for free the ear templates, or you can feel free to make your own at home as well, it's not difficult. So I'm just tracing it onto the white sugar paste and then cutting it out with a precision knife. And obviously after it's all been cut, you just kind of neaten the edges a little bit to make sure there are no rough parts or anything, no rough edges, and everything's nice and smooth. And once that's done, you set that aside while we make the inner part of the ear. We're using the same technique as the white part, but this time we're using the pink sugar paste. And again, I'll leave the link in the description box for the template that I use. So you're going to cut 2 inner parts of the ears and do the same as before, smooth everything out. And now we're going to assemble the ears, and to assemble them you're going to need a large or a long barbecue skewer that you're going to press into the white part of the ear. Do not go all the way through because we need that to be secured in between the 2 ear pieces. And then just going to use a little bit of water to secure the barbecue skewer to the white part, and then the pink part on top, sandwiching the 2 together. So leave about 3 to 4 inches down below, or about 10 centimeters, so you can insert the skewer into the cake once you're ready to decorate your cake. And we're going to do the same for the second ear, but for the first ear I kind of liked the decoration of folding the ear a little bit to give it a nice cute touch for the bunny ears. Next up, we're going to make the bunny nose, and for that I'm using some more pink sugar paste, and I'm using a small heart-shaped cookie cutter, but you can use triangle as well if you haven't got that. And for the bunny cheeks, I'm just taking a couple of small balls of white sugar paste, about 1 inch balls, and I'm just rolling it out to make sure they're nice and smooth. There aren't any cracks or any creases on the balls. Really work them into the palm of your hands and just flatten them slightly, make sure they're the same size. They're not too thick, so what I'm just doing is measuring with the nose to make sure everything looks nice. And then to finish it off, just prick a few holes to make it more realistic. The next thing we're going to do is to make the bunny eyes, or the eyelashes, and for that we're just going to roll a piece of black sugar paste to about 1/8 of an inch again. Take about a couple of inches for the eyes, and you have to cut 2 pieces, and I used a precision knife for that. And then at one end we're going to kind of roll it and make a little pointy end to make it super cute for the bunny eyes. And then you just kind of fold it as I'm showing you here, so it looks like the bunny has closed eyes. And then you do the same for the other piece, and then we proceed to make the eyelashes. And for the eyelashes, I'm just going to take about 1/4 of an inch or 2/4 of an inch for each eyelash. So you're going to need 2 of those. And once again, you're going to roll one of the sides and make it nice and pointy, and the other side just smooth it out so it's a little bit rounded. And you're going to stick to the eyes or the eyelids, or whatever you want to call it. And you can do that with your hands and use like a precision tool as well to make sure the 2 pieces of fondant or the sugar paste are stuck together. Or you can use a little bit of water like we've done for the ears to make sure everything is nice and stuck. But I didn't need that, I just used the end of my precision knife just to kind of push the 2 pieces together, and they stuck on really well and really nicely, so I didn't need the water. But you can use water if you feel that your sugar paste is a little bit dry and it needs to be a little bit more tacky, the 2 pieces. And ideally you let all these sugar paste fondant pieces dry before you decorate your cake. But I was so excited to do the cake on the same day that I decided to stick my ears in, and my frosting was still a little bit wet, so I was able to just place all the elements for the bunny face directly onto my cake without any extra frosting. But if your cake frosting is a little bit dry, not to worry, just add some more frosting to the back of your eyes, the nose and the cheeks, so you can stick them to the front of your cake. It's super simple, it looks so adorable. And to finish it off, I just decided to add some edible flowers that you can buy in any cake decorating shop, but you can use whatever decoration you like. You can make your own decorations using sugar paste, or you can just pipe some flowers, some roses, or whatever you fancy, or even candy as well would look really cute. And there you have it, a super adorable and super delicious Easter bunny cake, which I think looks so cute. I hope you've enjoyed the idea and you feel inspired to recreate this delicious and adorable bunny cake for your Easter celebrations at home. And if you did like this video, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel if you're not already subscribed, and hit the bell button so you're notified every time we upload a new video here to the channel, which we do every week, by the way. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.